Most people think RV parks are just campgrounds for retirees. And that's exactly why they're missing out on one of the best M&A plays in the market right now. My name is Vince Perry, and I'm a business broker and exit strategist, and I'm about to show you why private equity firms and REITs are buying up RV parks like crazy. Here's the deal. RV parks make money when the economy's good, but they make even more money when the economy crashes. And when you're ready to exit, you can sell to institutional buyers at a premium because they can't buy the messy parks. They need someone like you to clean them up first. In this video, I'm going to break down the recession-proof business model and the exit strategy that lets you double your equity in just a few years. This is cap rate arbitrage, and it's how smart money is getting rich right now. Now, before I show you how to buy one of these and how to exit for maximum profit, you need to understand why this asset class is different. Because if you don't get this part, you won't understand why institutional buyers are paying premiums for these properties. The substitution effect. Let me ask you this. What happens when the economy crashes and people lose their jobs? Most businesses suffer, right? Hotels go empty, restaurants close, retail dies, but RV parks, they actually gain customers. And here's why. When the economy is booming, a middle-class family might drop $6,000 on a trip to Disney World or fly to Europe for vacation. But when a recession hits, they don't cancel their vacation, they trade down. Instead of spending $6,000, they spend $1,500 on an RV trip. They still get their vacation, they still get to spend time with their family, but now they're staying at your RV park instead of the Ritz-Carlton. This is called the substitution effect. And it's the reason why during the 2008 financial crisis, while luxury hotels were going bankrupt, RV parks were at 90% occupancy. You become the budget-friendly alternative. And in a recession, that's exactly where you want to be. But here's where it gets even better. If you own an RV park that allows long-term stays, monthly tenants, you're not just in the vacation business, you're in the affordable housing business. And let me tell you, affordable housing is recession-proof. When people lose their homes or need to downsize because of an economic hardship, where do they go? They move into RVs because the lot rent at an RV park is $400 to $800 a month. Compare that to an apartment at $1,500 or more per month. You're offering them a roof over their head at half the cost. And it's not just people who lost their homes. You've got traveling nurses, welders, construction crews, essential workers who need flexible housing because they move from job to job. These people always need a place to stay, recession or not. So while apartment complexes are dealing with evictions and vacancies, your RV park stays full. And here's the third reason. RV parks are recession resistant. The boomer floor. Retirees are the core demographic of the RV industry right now. And here's the thing about retirees. They're not affected by job market crashes. Their income is fixed. Social Security, pensions, 401ks, they've already bought the RV. Their cost of living on the road is often lower than sitting in a big house paying utilities. So even when the economy tanks, you've got a stable base of customers who aren't going anywhere. And that's your floor. That's your safety net. Hotels don't have that. Apartments don't have that, but RV parks do. Now you understand why RV parks survive recessions. But here's what most people do not know. Buying one of these is easier than you think. And that's what I want to talk about next. Here's the thing. Most people think you need millions of dollars in cash to buy an RV park, and that is simply not true. The reality is you could buy an RV park with as little as 10% down using, guess what? An SBA loan. And if you structure the deal right, you can get the seller to finance part of it as well. Let me break it down exactly how this works. The Small Business Administration has a loan program specifically designed for buying businesses. It's called an SBA 7A loan. Here's how it works. The SBA will finance up to 90% of the purchase price. That means if you're buying a $1 million RV park, you only need to come up with $100,000. And here's the best part. The interest rates are low. Usually they're around 7 to 9%, and the terms are long, typically 10 to 25 years. So your monthly debt service is actually manageable, and the cash flow from the park typically covers the loan payment. Now, you might think, Vince, I don't have $100,000 sitting around. And that's fine, because there's another way to structure this. Seller financing, the secret weapon. Most mom and pop RV park owners don't want to deal with a big tax hit from selling their property all at once, so they're open to seller financing. Here's how it works. The seller agrees to carry a note for 10 to 20% of the purchase price. You pay them back over 2 to 5 years, usually with interest. So now, instead of needing $100,000 down, you might only need $50,000 or even less, depending on how you structure the deal. And here's the kicker. The seller gets paid over time, which reduces their tax burden as well. You get to buy the property with less cash upfront. It's a win-win. So let me give you a real world example of how this works. Let's say you're buying a park for $1 million. It generates $100,000 in net operating income per year. Here's how you structure the deal. You do an SBA loan. Let's say 80% equals $800,000. So seller financing is at 10% equals $100,000. Your down payment is another 10% at $100,000. Your monthly debt service on the SBA loan should be around $7,000 to $8,000 per month. The park generates $100,000 per year, which is about $8,300 per month. So after you pay the loan, you're left with a few $100s per month in cash flow. Not a ton, but you're building equity every single month. And more importantly, you're setting yourself up for a massive payday when you sell. Now, you might be wondering, okay, Vince, this sounds great, but where do I actually find these deals? Here's where to look. Biz Buy Sell, business brokers, direct outreach, industry associations like the National Association of RV Parks and Campgrounds, and reach out to me. Look, I'm a business broker. This is actually what I do. If you're serious about buying an RV park and you want help finding deals or structuring the transaction, just shoot me a message. Right here, you can comment below or shoot me a message on Instagram or even LinkedIn. The deals are out there. You just have to be willing to look. So, now you know how to buy an RV park, but buying the park is just the first step. The real money is made when you force the appreciation and then sell it to an institutional buyer. And that's what I want to talk about next. Because here's what most people don't understand. You can't just buy an RV park and hope that it goes up in value. You need to force the appreciation. And there are specific upgrades that institutional buyers are looking for. If you do these, you can increase the property value by 50 to 100% in just a few years. The first one is sub-metering water and electricity. So most mom and pop parks include utilities in the rent. That's a huge mistake. So what you do is you install sub-meters. Now, each tenant pays for their own usage. That cuts operating costs and increases net operating income. And remember, your property value is based on your income. Tiered Wi-Fi, that's the second one. Install a professional system, charge for it, offer a basic plan and a premium plan. That income flows straight to the bottom line. The third one is raising rents to market. Most owners haven't raised rents in years. You raise them to market and you instantly increase your income. That translates directly into millions in added property value. So now you've bought the park, you've forced the appreciation, and now it's time for the big payday. Let's talk about the exit strategy. This is the part nobody talks about. You buy a messy park at a high cap rate, you clean it up, and you sell it to an institutional buyer at a lower cap rate. That's cap rate arbitrage. That's how you double your equity. So let's bring it all together. RV parks are recession resistant. They're affordable vacations, they're affordable housing. You can buy them with as little as 10% down. You force the appreciation and you sell to institutional buyers for a premium. That's the playbook. That's how smart money is getting rich in RV parks right now. If you want more breakdowns on M&A, deal structures, and exit strategy, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And if you want to learn how SBA loans actually work, click the video right here. That's what we got, guys. Like and subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.